Title: Love and Bloom. Samantha Bloom is a successful florist who has always put her career first. She's content with her life, but deep down she yearns for something more: true love. When she meets Ryan, a charming and handsome landscaper, she begins to think that she might have finally found it. But as they begin to fall for each other, unexpected complications arise that threaten to tear them apart. Can Samantha and Ryan find a way to overcome the odds, and have their happily ever after, or will their love wilt and die like a flower in the winter? Samantha Bloom stood at the front of the crowded flower shop, a bouquet of freshly cut roses in her hand. It was the busiest day of the year, Valentine's Day, and she had been on her feet since the crack of dawn, arranging bouquets, and taking orders. Despite the long hours and hectic pace, she loved her job as a florist. There was something about the vibrant colors and sweet fragrances of the flowers that always lifted her spirits. But as she glanced around the shop, filled with couples exchanging love and affection, Samantha couldn't help feeling a twinge of sadness. She had always put her career first, and as a result, she had never really had time for love. She had always told herself that it was for the best. After all, she was independent and self-sufficient, and she didn't need a man to complete her. But as she handed the bouquet to a blushing young woman, Samantha couldn't help but wonder if she had made the right choice. Was it too late for her to find true love, or was it still possible to have a happily ever after? Samantha Bloom was having a terrible day. It had started with a flat tire on the way to work, and it had only gone downhill from there. First, a shipment of flowers had arrived late, throwing off her entire schedule. Then, a group of rowdy teenagers had come into the shop, causing chaos and ruining a perfectly good display. And to top it all off, her computer had crashed just as she was trying to enter the day's orders, losing all of her hard work. She was about to call it a day when the bell above the door jingled, signaling the arrival of a customer. She turned around, expecting to see a frazzled Valentine's Day shopper. But instead she found herself face to face with the most handsome man she had ever seen. He was tall and muscular, with short brown hair and piercing blue eyes. He wore a faded pair of jeans and a worn leather jacket, and there was a hint of stubble on his chin. He looked rugged and masculine, the kind of man who wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty. "Can I help you?" Samantha asked, trying to sound professional despite the butterflies in her stomach. "I hope so," the man said, flashing a charming smile. "I'm Ryan, and I'm looking for a special bouquet of flowers. It's for someone very important to me." As Ryan told her more about the person he was buying the flowers for, Samantha found herself drawn to him. There was something about the way he spoke that was sincere and genuine, and she could tell that he was a kind and thoughtful person. She helped him pick out the perfect bouquet of flowers, a mix of her favorite blooms, including roses, lilies, and daisies, and as they chatted, Samantha found herself opening up to him in a way she never had with a stranger. She told him about her dreams of one day owning her own flower shop, and how she had always put her career first. "It sounds like you're a very driven and ambitious person," Ryan said, as he paid for the flowers. "I admire that." Samantha blushed, feeling a strange connection to him. "Thank you," she said. "You seem like a very kind and caring person." "I try to be," Ryan said, with a wink. "I'm a landscaper by trade, and I love nothing more than spending my days working with my hands and creating something beautiful. It's a simple life, but a fulfilling one." As he turned to leave, Samantha found herself wanting to see him again. "I hope your special someone loves the flowers," she said, as he opened the door. Ryan turned and smiled at her. "I'm sure they will," he said. "And I hope to see you again soon, Samantha." As he walked out the door, Samantha couldn't help feeling a flutter in her stomach. Could this be the start of something special? Samantha couldn't stop thinking about Ryan. She replayed their conversation in her head over and over again, wondering if he had felt the same spark between them that she had. She had never felt such a strong connection with someone before. And she couldn't shake the feeling that Ryan was the one. She tried to focus on work, but her mind kept drifting back to him. She found herself daydreaming about their future together. Long walks through the park, cuddled up on the couch watching movies, and waking up next to him every morning. As the days passed, Samantha couldn't shake the feeling that she had missed her chance with Ryan. He hadn't come into the shop again, and she didn't know how to find him. She had no way of contacting him, and she feared that she would never see him again. Just when she had given up hope, fate intervened. A few days later, a new client came into the shop, a woman named Emily who was planning her wedding. She was looking for a florist to do the arrangements, and Samantha eagerly took on the job. As she worked with Emily on the details, she couldn't help feeling a sense of déjà vu. The wedding was to be held at a beautiful garden venue, and Emily had hired a landscaper to do the grounds. When Samantha asked for his name, her heart skipped a beat. "His name is Ryan," Emily said, with a smile. "He's been a lifesaver. He's done such a beautiful job with the gardens, and I can't wait to see them on the big day." Samantha's heart raced. This was her chance to see Ryan again, and she wasn't going to let it slip through her fingers. She offered to help with the final touches on the gardens, and Emily eagerly agreed. As the big day approached, Samantha found herself looking forward to seeing Ryan more and more. She couldn't wait to thank him for the beautiful bouquet he had bought her, and to tell him how she felt. On the day of the wedding, Samantha arrived at the garden venue early to help set up. She was nervous and excited, wondering if Ryan would feel the same way she did. As she worked on the flower arrangements, she kept an eye out for him, but there was no sign of him. She was beginning to think that she had missed her chance again when she heard a voice behind her. "Samantha, right?" She turned around to see Ryan standing there, looking even more handsome than she remembered. He was wearing a crisp white shirt and a pair of dress pants, and his eyes sparkled in the sunlight. "Ryan," Samantha said, feeling a surge of emotion. "I can't believe it's you." "I can't believe it's you either," Ryan said, with a smile. "I've been trying to find a way to see you again. When Emily told me about the wedding, I knew it was meant to be." Samantha's heart skipped a beat. "Meant to be?" she repeated. "Yes," Ryan said, taking her hand. "Samantha, I know we just met, but I feel like I've known you my entire life. I can't stop thinking about you, and I can't imagine my future without you in it." He got down on one knee and pulled out a small velvet box. "Samantha Bloom, will you be my Valentine?" Tears welled up in Samantha's eyes as she looked at the man she loved. "Yes," she whispered, her voice choked with emotion. "Yes, I will." As they kissed, surrounded by the beauty of the flowers, Samantha knew that she had finally found her happily ever after. Samantha and Ryan were married in the same garden where they had first met, surrounded by their loved ones and the beauty of nature. They honeymooned in a beautiful seaside villa, and upon their return, they opened a flower shop together, a dream come true for both of them. As they stood in their shop, surrounded by the vibrant colors and sweet fragrances of the flowers, they couldn't help feeling grateful for the journey that had brought them together. They knew that their love was rare and special, and they vowed to cherish it every day for the rest of their lives. Love in Bloom was a story of hope and redemption, of finding love in the most unexpected of places. It was the beginning of a beautiful future for Samantha and Ryan, and they knew that their love would only continue to blossom and grow.